Hey, it's Rob Brown with Rob's Vlog, and it's time to go out and play on the water. One of the questions we get asked when people are coming in, they're looking at a tow tube for their kids, maybe a wakeboard, a surfboard, skis, what it may be. What do I use for a rope? How do I equip myself so we can have a great time? We're not missing anything. First things first is you got to look at your boat. What do you have to tow from? Are you going to be towing from eyes? Do you have a center eye up on the top of the boat? Do you have a ski tower? Those are the important things. Let's start with a couple of eyes on the back of the boat. In most cases, whether it's a pontoon or a regular V-hull, you're going to start with what is a tow harness. This is a yoke that goes from eye to eye, has a float in the middle of it. You're going to attach a rope to it. If you're tying from an eye or from the boom, from the top, depending on how what sport you're going to enjoy, that will determine what type of rope you're going to buy also, but you won't need the harness. Most cases, if you're buying just a regular small tow tube, one or two person, you're going to have just a simple two-person tow rope. It's 60 feet long. This particular one is detachable at 10 feet. You can have it 50 feet. You want to use that depending on what the wake's like. Where do you like to ride? If you're going to buy a much larger tube and you're towing from either a harness or an eye, you're going to tow with a heavier rope. And this is going to give you just that much more strength. Last thing you want is for the rope to snap and boomerang right straight back at somebody in the boat or somebody on the tube itself. It's a safety factor. So you want to match the right tow rope to the right tube that you're going to use. If you're going to be, and I got to put this in, this is one of our favorites. This right here is one of those elastic ropes, basically. It's a bungee cord. If you really want to whip the tube when you're making a corner and have the kids have a great time and a great ride, it really adds to it. You might consider putting that rope on. If you're going to be out water skiing, you're going to be knee boarding. A lot of your knee boards now have a couple of pieces on the front that you can hook the handle to the tow rope in. Here, in most cases, you're still going to use a 75-foot rope for water skiing, maybe a 60-foot rope for knee boarding. It's all about the wake and where you want to be in the wake. There are a number of different ropes here, depending on the size of the person, depending on, just how talented that particular person is, what is going to determine the rope. Here we've got a standard tow rope. We've got a variety of different ropes throughout weight ranges and as well as talent levels. Here is a real, it's not really a professional, but pretty close to it. It's a no stretch. It's a cable that you'd use on a wakeboard. When you're wakeboarding, the difference between that stretch in the line and no stretch may be the difference between planting your face on the water or actually having a successful roll. So there's a selection. Last piece we'll talk about, the wakeboard rope usually is only about 15 or 18 feet long. It's a short rope. It's got a small handle. This is where you're going to be pulling off a tower. You've got a specific surf boat where somebody is surfing 6, 8, 10 feet from behind the boat. Generally, they'll start with a rope. The real good surfers won't even use a rope. They'll start right from the boat. So, hey, it's Rob Brown with Rob's Vlog trying to answer the question, what tow rope is right for me and for my application? Go see your local marine dealer. Tell them what you have for an application. I know they'll be able to help you out. Make sure you pair the right equipment with the right sport, and you'll have a great time and a lot of fun on the water. Rob Brown with Rob's Vlog. I hope this information is helpful.